In the heart of Oke-Ireti, a quiet Yoruba village surrounded by thick forest and rocky hills, people lived simple lives. They farmed during the day and sat under the moonlight at night telling stories. Life moved slowly like the old river that flowed near the village. But then something changed. It began with a strange wind. One evening, just as the sun was sleeping behind the trees, a cold wind blew across the village. It was not the kind of breeze that cools your skin. No, this one felt like it came from a deep, dark place, a place that was not meant to be known. Mama Tinu, the old herbalist, felt it first. That night, she sat in a small hut, grinding herbs. Her cat suddenly jumped and ran under the mat. The fire in her clay lamp flickered without reason. Then she saw it. A shadow, tall, slow and silent, moved past her window. She rushed out, but there was nothing. No footprint, no breeze, just silence. The spirits are moving, she whispered. The next morning, nobody believed her. Maybe it was your imagination, they said, or you are too old, Mama Tinu. But she knew what she saw. The next night, something worse happened. Adedayo, the palm wine tapper, didn't come home. His wife, Ronke, waited until midnight. She stood outside, looking into the dark forest, listening for whistle, but there was only silence. By morning, his god of palm wine found, still hanging on the tree, full, fresh, but Adedayo was gone. People began to whisper, maybe he fell, maybe a wild animal took him, but no one dared to search too deep in the forest, not at night, not after what Mama Tinu said. By the third night, more strange things happened. The chickens in the village stopped laying eggs, the goats refused to leave their sheds, even babies stopped laughing. But the worst part, people began to hear whispers at night, not normal whispers. They came from nowhere, from the air, from the trees. The words could not be understood. They sounded like old tongues, things forgotten by time. Some people heard their names being called in the wind. One man, Babasheyi, followed the voice outside. His wife found him the next morning, standing in the middle of the farm, staring at nothing, eyes wide open, too afraid to speak. That was when fear truly entered the heart of the villagers. In the middle of all this lived Abeni. She was just 17, daughter of a hunter, smart, bold and kind. While others were afraid, she grew more curious. She could not sit and do nothing. I will find out what's happening, she said. Her mother grabbed her hands. You will not go into that forest. But Abeni had made up her mind. That night, she wrapped a red cloth around her waist, held her father's cutlass tightly, and walked toward the forest alone. The forest was too quiet. No birds, no crickets, not even the sound of leaves moving. Abeni walked slowly, her feet soft on the ground. She followed the old path her father used when hunting. Her eyes scanned every tree. Her ears were sharp. Suddenly, she stopped. There was a sound like breathing, but heavy, not human. It came from behind the thick bushes. She crouched and crawled forward, and then she saw it. A small clearing. In the center was a man, a figure in black clothes with a hood over his head. Around him were wooden statues, small but strange, each with red eyes that glowed in the dark. The figure was chanting in a voice that made Abeni's skin crawl. Beside him was Adedayo, tied to a tree. He was alive but looked weak and afraid. Then the figure turned. Abeni's heart froze. He had no face, just a smooth, dark space where a face should be. Suddenly, the statues turned too. Their red eyes blinked once, twice, and then a whisper filled the air. She sees us. Abeni ran. Branches crashes her arm. Thorns tore her wrapper, but she didn't stop. She ran until the forest ended. Villagers had gathered near the big Iroko tree. They had seen her red cloth and ran to meet her. She dropped to her knees, breathing hard, and told them everything. Some cried, some shouted, but the elders knew it was Ajanoku, a cursed spirit. Long ago, before Abeni was born, he was a man who used dark magic. The village drove him away, but now he had returned, stronger, hidden, and hungry. The next day, the villagers prepared, not with guns or knives, but with salt, fire, and old prayers, the ones their ancestors used when the earth was still young. They returned to the clearing, led by Abeni, but everything was gone. The status, the hooded figure, all gone except Adedayo, still tied, still breathing, and the black cloth the figure wore, turning to ash in the wind. From that day, things began to return to normal. The goats walked again, the chickens laid eggs, the whispers stopped, but no one ever forgot, and no one ever walked into the forest after dark. Even now, when the wind blows in Oke-Ireti, people say they can still hear the whispers calling out, and the trees, they still speak, but they only speak the name of the one who was brave enough to face the faceless one. Abeni.